What up, this is Ramascreen covering movies, TV, and entertainment. Here's my review of Netflix series The Umbrella Academy Season 3. Hey, before you watch my review, please subscribe to my channel, press that like button, ring that bell so you can get notified whenever I post new videos. And if you'd like to help support this channel, please do so at patreon.com/Ramascreen. That's patreon.com/Ramascreen. Let's rock this. First up, I would like to say thank you to Netflix for granting me the screeners to this entire new season. Now, it goes without saying that even though I will not be spilling spoilers here, this review is mainly for those of you, my fellow Umbrella Academy fans, who already know what's up. My god, may I just say, I know that all of the attention over Netflix right now is on Stranger Things Season 4, understandably so. But man, if you haven't watched The Umbrella Academy, you are missing out. This show is super underrated. It doesn't get the praises that it deserves. It has its own twisted, clever spin on time traveling, and all of the key characters are so eccentric and compelling, and the selection of songs or soundtrack really encapsulates the story and helps drive it forward. I mean, these are a group of dysfunctional superheroes with daddy issues unlike any other. It's fun, it's dramatic, and spectacular all around. And I'm happy to inform you that Season 3 is bigger and better. Not just in terms of the numbers because the Sparrows add more crowd into the mix, but also in terms of what's at stake, what they're fighting against, and what they're sacrificing for. And if you thought you've seen the last of these characters dealing with their past traumas, well, think again. Because the writers have found another interesting angle for us to dive into. Look, I've never read the comic books, I'm just a fan of the show. But after having seen these 10 new episodes, I can tell you that Season 3 is taking us to an even more emotional, more colossal, more meaningful, and more visually stunning predicament. This is one Netflix show that I hope would always get renewed until an actual apocalypse strikes us dead. After putting a stop to 1963's Doomsday, the Umbrella Academy returned home to the present, convinced they prevented the initial apocalypse and fixed the godforsaken timeline once and for all. But after a brief moment of celebration, they realized things are not exactly, not at all how they left them. Enter the Sparrow Academy, smart, stylish, and about as warm as a sea of icebergs. The Sparrows immediately clash with the Umbrellas in a violent face-off that turns out to be the least of everyone's concerns, navigating challenges, losses, and surprises of their own, and dealing with an unidentified destructive entity wreaking havoc in the universe, something they may have caused. Now all they need to do is convince Dad's new and possibly better family to help them put right what their arrival made wrong. Will they find a way back to their pre-apocalyptic lives? Or is this new world about to reveal more than just a hiccup in the timeline? Now, keep in mind that there's a long list of details that I'm not allowed to share with you here. So if I sound like I'm talking cryptically in describing what happens to these guys, well, you'll understand why. Now, does the fact that Ellen Page is now Elliot Page get addressed on this show? Yes, it does. I can't get into specifics obviously, but man, the approach is very empowering. In a way, the writers wanted to give you a blueprint on how to positively react to your loved ones coming out to you. That whole segment takes up just a couple of episodes or less, but they come at it from a very loving, very inclusive point of view, and it feels organic. It doesn't feel like they stopped the story just for that, you know? So yeah, anyway, that's just really cool in my book. Okay, whereas in the previous season, the characters were spread out, now they're back together again here, which makes this whole Umbrellas versus Sparrow situation exciting and action-packed, and even sometimes hilarious. And you wouldn't believe some of the quirky powers that the Sparrows have. Now, they may seem like a well-oiled machine, but they have their own internal conflict as well, just like the Umbrellas. And my god, I can't even begin to tell you how insanely wacky the first episode is. I mean, are the Sparrows the bad guys? Not really. Halfway through, you kind of feel sorry for them. There's so much to unpack there, especially for Klaus, who's not used to the no longer apparitional Ben. Season 3 is mostly about whether or not these characters could stand united. Clearly, deep down, there are some unresolved issues, some misplaced priorities. And more so now than ever, each of them has to decide whether to put their own self-interest or the family's interest first, because some of the pain cuts really deep bordering on the line of irreparable. My favorite character has always been Luther, and without giving too much away, his story arc provides Season 3 its sweetest, most romantic moments, and I'm glad that Luther is finally getting a bit of W this time. But the rest of them are never neglected. That's what always amazes me, in that the writers and the showrunner always pay careful attention to each and every one of them. You see, this new timeline is massively unpredictable. It's like a self-shifting Rubik's Cube, just totally bonkers and uncontrollable. But the more the mystery unfolds, the more open you are to its limitless possibilities, because they are all so engaging and amusing and you just can't get enough of it. That's it, I'll end my review here, otherwise I'd be rambling on forever. So if you're an Umbrella Academy fan like me, well, you are in for the most excellent, most awesome Season 3.